Historical Reconstruction of Aryan X. Episode 26. What are the Upanishad scriptures? To summarize the stories that have unfolded up to the last episode, the ancestors of the yellow, white, red, and black peoples living in Turkmenistan, Central Asia, faced a food shortage due to population growth. As a result of eating another life form, the grape, an incident known as the disaster of the five tastes occurred, making it impossible for them to continue living in Central Asia. The eldest son and ancestor of the yellow race, Huanggung, Huangcheng, who was the most senior among all the people, tied up his white hair, symbolizing his seniority, and knelt before the divine spirits of heaven and earth, Mago, to atone. He took responsibility for the five tastes, like Omi, and vowed to restore the original state of humanity. He then gathered the various tribes and proclaimed, "The calamity of the five tastes, like Omi, is overwhelming us. This is because those who left the great fortress did not understand reason and law, and only their ignorance grew. The purity of our land is gone, and the great fortress of our region is in peril. What shall we do now?" At this time, the ancestors of humanity's tribes and races decided to live separately to fully preserve the Central Asian region. The eldest, Huanggung of the yellow race, distributed tokens so that each group could recognize one another, taught them how to make food by digging up arrowroot, and commanded them to divide and settle in the four corners of the earth. This is how the historical event, the disaster of the five tastes, led to the current distribution of humanity. The yellow race in the Far East and Southeast Asian continent, the white race in the West, including Europe and North Africa, and the red and black races in the South Asian and African continents. For reference, the five tastes like Omi, Wu-wei, are sweet, spicy, bitter, sour, and salty. The migratory destinations of the four major groups. The location of the land where Changgung, the second son of the yellow race, migrated and lived. Below a mountain where a river flows through the center of five mountains, on the left side, lies Gumgongsan, the spiritual mountain for all Scythian Aryans worldwide. In the flat region at its base is a blue land named Cheongju, where Changgung lived. From here, he led his people through the eastern gate to a place called Unheiju, the Sea of Clouds. This is the present-day Yunnan region of China. The population began to spread from this central point. The location of the land where Baekso of the white race, who caused the Omi disaster, migrated and lived. In a flat area surrounded by three mountains with a river flowing through it, there is a white-colored region above the yellow-hued land. This bright white land, known as Baekju, later became a gathering place for forces that challenged the emperor's authority. It was also called Unju, symbolizing silver. From here, they led their people through the western gate to Walshikju, the land where the moon rests. This is the land of Georgia, below the Caucasus Mountains on the Anatolian Peninsula in modern Turkey. This became the foundational territory for the white people of Europe. It was here, together with the Scythian Aryans from Central Asia, that the civilizations of Greece and Rome were born. It is important to remember that Mount Olympus from Greek mythology is located on the Turkish peninsula, the land where the red and black people of modern-day India, the Hyksos, lived. To the right of the central river, below the five mountains, is Yeongju-san, also known as Halasan Mountain. This red-colored land is Chokju, the stage for the Battle of Red Cliffs in the historical Romance of the Three Kingdoms. The red and black people lived here. From this place, they led their people through the southern gate to Songsengju, the land where stars are born. This is the region of Pakistan and northern India, below the Himalayan mountains. The location of the land where the eldest son, Huanggung of the yellow race, migrated and lived. In the flat land surrounded by three mountains with a river flowing through it, you can see a yellow-hued land. This was the site of the future emperor's palace. The name of this land is Huangju, and it is also Gumju, the land of gold. From here, he led his people through the northern gate to Chonsengju, the heavenly mountain continent, which was a very cold and perilous land. The destination of Huanggung, the eldest of humanity, can be immediately identified by looking at the geography of Central Asia. They migrated and settled in the lower region of the Aral and Ural Mountains in present-day Kazakhstan. The place names from their ancestral home in Central Asia were transferred to their new settlement. This is how the names of the Aral and Aral Mountains and the Aral Sea were established by the group that moved from the center. From their new base in Kazakhstan, some of these people, the descendants of Huanggung, migrated westward as far as Greenland and eastward through the Ainu people of Japan to become the indigenous peoples of the Americas. A major characteristic of the initial settlements of these four groups is that they all chose locations with a classic Basan-Imsu geography, a large mountain range behind them and a major river in front. It was during this time that the eldest lineage of humanity, the Huanggung, who moved north, created the scripture that is now known as the Indian Upanishads. The word Upanishad, in fact, is pure Korean. Upa in Upanishad means the upper pontificate or high court of law, and Nishad is the pure Korean word for succeeded or inherited. It means that the eldest lineage, the Huanggung, moved north and inherited the history from the Upa there. Let me briefly explain the contents of the Upanishad scriptures from this perspective. 1. Isa Upanishad. Isa, meaning to connect, refers to connecting one's disconnected ego to the Supreme Being, Hanalnim Sangjanim, to achieve the unity of God and man. This means one must properly inherit the wisdom of the ancestors. 2. Kena Upanishad. Kena, meaning to awaken, speaks of the awakening of the sacred mind, wisdom, and tradition that had fallen asleep within the ego while navigating the harsh realities of the world. 3. Kata Upanishad. Kata signifies that one has awakened and achieved connection, attaining the unity of God and man. It poses the questions, how and what happens after one awakens. The Upanishads predate the emergence of Buddhism. The term Upanishad is pure Korean. Upa means the upper pontificate, and Nishada means inherited. It signifies that the sacred spirit of Aryan enlightenment was inherited from the Upa. So, where was this Upa, the destination of humanity's eldest lineage, Huanggung, located? Today, a city named Ufa exists within the Republic of Tatarstan in Russia, but this is a distortion of its original location. While you can find Ufa on a map of Tatarstan, the Scythian Aryans were an agricultural people and could not have been situated there. Where was the real Upa? It was located at the base of the Ural Mountains and north of the Aral Sea. Though it lies in ruins and uninhabited today, the site features the Ural Mountains at its back and the great waters of the Aral Sea in front, a perfect example of Basan-Imsu topography. The four great powers migrated from Turkmenistan in Central Asia, settled in their respective directions, and their descendants began to flourish. Do you know which civilizations were founded by these ancestors as they spread to the four corners of the world? In the next episode, we will introduce the civilizations founded by humanity's first great migration. I sincerely hope you will share this with many others and join us for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It will be an earth-shattering revelation. Subtitles can be translated into your native language, so please make use of this feature. If you encounter any issues, please leave a comment or contact us via Google Mail. Google Mail, AryanRealHistory@gmail.com. YouTube channels, Historical Reconstruction of Aryan X or History Restoration of Aryan X. Please do not forget to subscribe and like, as it is a reflection of your conscience and passion for the truth.